What up, everybody who talks boxing, comments about boxing, and makes boxing videos? As a man, I feel that it's my responsibility to own up to my mistakes and admit that I was wrong. And I'm gonna do that right now. Recently, I made a video titled Triple G is lowballing Danny Jacobs. Please say it ain't so. And I have to apologize. I already mentioned this, that, I from the vacation and being busy and not having as much time as I'd like to review situations, I was unaware that we were already at the purse bid stage when it came to the negotiations with Danny Jacobs and Triple G. So my apologies on that. And it seemed like I was putting a lot of blame on Triple G. I was just saying that I disagreed with the lowball offer. However, it was not Triple G who was making that lowball offer. Now, as far as Danny Jacobs is concerned, I didn't want to see him be shortchanged with 25%. It's my opinion that because he's going to be in there taking punches just like Triple G, he's the one who has to sacrifice time with his family and loved ones, that he should be fairly compensated. I don't consider when it comes to lion share, I don't care about how big of a draw they are. To me, that's irrelevant. It's about their work ethic, what they have to put in to get ready for fight night. So that's my stance on purse splits. Now, where I really misspoke was I said I was disappointed in Triple G, and after, the information that's come out, after the information that's been brought to my attention, I have to say that I was out of line when I said I was disappointed in Triple G, because one, he wasn't the one who made the offer, and two, when all was said and done and the fight didn't get made, Danny Jacobs was the one who backed out. It's like I said, with the money situation, I could actually understand to a point. But here's the problem. When he backed out of the fight, the money apparently wasn't the issue. Danny Jacobs said that, or his trainer said that they could not be ready by December. So all this lowballing, first off, that gets thrown out the window with the fact that it was a purse bid. But even if it was a offer, even if that was the offer that they gave Danny Jacobs, that wasn't even his beef to begin with. His beef was the amount of time that he had to train for this fight. Now, here's a couple things that you have to take into consideration. All right? His last fight was one day before Triple G's last fight. They literally shared the same weekend. And so that means he had a day more to be ready for this fight. He called out Triple G after beating Sergio Mora the second time. And the date was given at the same time. It wasn't like they let Triple G know December a month before they let Danny Jacobs. So how in the world are you not going to be ready in December? What did you do? Go and eat a whole bucket of KFC the next day? Like, you were a fighter. Like, you're supposed to be living the fighter lifestyle. And I understand if you want to cheat a little bit in between fights, then you know, you should be able to do that to reward yourself, to, make yourself feel good about yourself. But ultimately, overall, you should be living the fighter lifestyle. So how in the world are you not going to be ready when you shared the same fight weekend? Now, of course, I'm joking about the whole bucket of fried chicken. I mean, I don't even like KFC. I love fried chicken, by the way, but KFC is not my choice, that's for sure. I'm a Popeyes dude. But anyways, that's besides the point. So, I'm not going to speculate and say that he needed time to get off the juice. I don't think there's really any supporting evidence that he's on anything, so I'm not going to speculate that. But given the fact that he knew the amount of time, that he had to make this fight, that he knew it was going to be in December, and went into negotiations. First off, if you didn't think you were going to be ready by December, why in the world are you even going into negotiations in the first place? And then you're the one who called out Triple G after your last fight. So then when you change your tune and say that you can't be ready, you can't blame some of these other people for speculating that. There is cause for them to think that you could possibly be on something. So like I said, I'm not going to speculate that because to my knowledge, there hasn't been any kind of evidence that Danny Jacobs is on something. But it doesn't mean that he's not either. Just throwing that out there. So he kind of stuck his foot in his mouth. And as a lot of these fight fans want to hang on to every single word of Triple G, it looks like they're kind of ignoring the situation with Danny Jacobs. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that he's on something, but it is a bit shady that he would call out Triple G, go into negotiations, and then his reason for not signing the fight is he needs more time. Me personally, I don't think he's on anything. I think he's just doing what a lot of these other fighters want to do, and that is bank on father time. And if that is the case, I have to say it, but Danny Jacobs is a coward. As much as I hate to say it. So, I still stand firm on the money situation. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears goes into training for these fights, and I think 25% is a bit insulting. Not as bad as 90-10, but it's still pretty bad. But that's not even the case with why this fight fell through. Anyways, to all my subscribers, anybody who watches my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble upon this video, hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace. Hall of Justice, motherfucker!